Okay, you're given the function right here, f of x equals, I'm assuming this is x to the fourth. That 4 is an exponent minus x squared. And you're asked from first principle to differentiate the function. I'm assuming that first principle means using the definition of derivative, which we'll address on the second board, but let's just see what's going on here. This red graph is the graph of that function. It's an even function, so it's symmetric about the y-axis. The green dashed line is the graph of the derivative, f prime of x, and it turns out that that is the definition of the derivative right there for this function, 4x cubed minus 2x, which I got by using the power rule. Here's the point where x equals 2. The y-coordinate is 12. So if I want the tangent line, I'll plug 2 into this formula, which gives me a value of 28 for the slope of the tangent line. And I get the same result whether I use f prime of 2 or g of 2. And here is the equation of that tangent line using point slope. I know the point 212 and I know the slope is 28. So y minus the y-coordinate of the point equals the slope times the quantity x minus the x-coordinate of the point. And if you simplify that, you get slope-intercept form. Okay, so there's the equation of the tangent line. Question is, how do you derive this derivative or this formula for the derivative using first principle or the definition of derivative? Here's the one definition of derivative. So the limit as h approaches 0 of f of x plus h minus f of x all over h. Okay. And over here, there's the function. And then I've used this section right here to calculate f of x plus h so that there aren't any parentheses. So here's f of x plus h. And notice that each term on either side of the minus sign contains an x plus h, the quantity squared. So I factored that out. And then I simplified. So squaring this binomial gives me this. Squaring this binomial gives me the same thing, but I've got this minus 1 here. And now I've got to distribute this trinomial times every term over here. And it's a little bit tedious, but this is what you get if you collect similar terms. And now to get the numerator of the definition of derivative, I'm going to subtract f of x, which I've shown right here. And what that's going to do is this is going to become minus x to the fourth plus x squared. And in this f of x plus h, the x to the fourths are going to cancel out, and the x squareds are going to cancel out. So here's the numerator right here. And you'll notice that every term contains h. If that doesn't happen, something went wrong. And so now, if I factor out that h, I can say the limit of this expression as h approaches 0, the h's cancel out as the h gets close to 0 but not equal to 0. And now if I actually take the limit, this term becomes 0, this term becomes 0, this term becomes 0. So does that one. What's left? 4x cubed minus 2x. Okay. Very painful way to do it. Once you learn the power rule, you can find the derivative of this function in about 2 seconds. There you go. Hope that helped. If you have any questions, post a comment.